Guys, I quite agree with him. For Nigeria to be well, they must take a decisive action against this bad leadership that is going on in Nigeria. Guys, let us watch this video. When we return, we'll continue.
What did Reno do when President Buhari was abroad and he went to protest to chase him out? What happened when President Tinubu called on a revolution during the Jonathan administration? When under Jonathan, people like Bashir Ahmed, their tweets, the tweets are out there, APC supporters. They say after Occupy Nigeria, it should be a civil war. People made those statements under a Jonathan government that is 1,000 times better than what we have today. More than 100 people were killed within a day. The president is in a so-called vacation in Europe. That is the country where we are. Where money is not just stolen in millions, it is in billions and trillions. People like Reno Mokri, take them serious at your own risk. There were people who bungled the media department of President Jonathan. He ran out and stayed overseas almost like a fugitive throughout the Buhari administration. But you guys know what? Nigerian politicians, the average one cannot survive opposition for too long. They need to reconnect to their conduits of corruption to sap from that funnel because it's about stomach infrastructure. So they tried in 2023 trying to see that maybe another government will come in through Atiku or somebody. It didn't work. So the only option is to support what is on ground. Do you know that Reno Mokri is the only Nigerian who visited Chicago State University to confirm that according to him, Tinubu is a known drug lord? Are you aware of that?
I'm aware.
So at what time did Tinubu become the best thing after sliced bread to Reno Mokri? Please, you will see a person like Reno who is ready to spit Nigerians across ethnic and religious lines. Divisive characters that should be thoroughly ashamed of themselves. This country needs good leadership. Nigerians are not violent people, but we are not cowards, and we must insist that we get good leadership in this country. Nigerian leaders always know how to be mischievous and bring about double standards. Let us be very clear that we are peaceful Nigerians. But we believe that the right to peaceful assembly and protest is a fundamental democratic right, and we as Nigerians must exercise that right to make our points heard. For a person who is concerned about what happened in 2020 as NSAS where people were killed, do you know that because your family member was killed from NSAS, maybe bullets, it does not mean you too cannot die from Nigeria's problem?
Absolutely.
So it is not an issue of something happened, so we decide to look the other way. When there is a protest where even arms are being faced at the people, and the people are determined that we want to change what is, including law enforcement, they know that they too are victims of bad government. How much is the salary of police? The army who is carrying gun to shoot you, how much is your pension at the end of 35 years? What they give you as gratuity is not what they even pay somebody as furniture or sitting allowance for 1 month.
It's true.
In the legislative arm of government.
True.
So all of us are victims is because you are wearing uniform and you are carrying gun. And if Nigerian politicians continue to overplay their hand, they risk pushing the people to a point. You saw what happened in Nepal. It happened in Sri Lanka. All of these are when people have accumulated so much of bad leadership, and then people begin to resort to self-help. Nigeria is worth our time. Nigeria needs to be peaceful, but the people should not be taken for granted as animals or being cowardized. We must exercise our strength to get the governance and leadership that we deserve. What we must know is that as human beings, we must never give up or lose hope. Because the fact that you refuse to pay attention, there are many reasons why you may not want to be interested in what is called the Nigerian conversation. But the fact that you decide not to pay attention, you can still be a victim of a system you fail to pay attention to.
True.
Nigeria can happen to you whether or not you vote or you do not vote. Your own could be, God forbid, a stray bullet, a trailer that has failed brake, or there is no roadworthiness. It can be that you are even taken to the hospital and there is no oxygen. It can be that the doctor there is stressed because he's working multiple shifts in other hospitals. Nigeria is happening to us daily. Now the question is, what are we focusing and paying attention to? As we started earlier, we can be angry and take the wrong decisions.
True.
Anger is not a plan. That you are dissatisfied with government is not a strategy. We must focus on that system that gives them opportunity to come back to government. The bad leadership, your recruitment process, we must be involved. Nation building is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Because we did election or electoral reform 2022, it did not go the way you want. It is natural for you to be frustrated and disappointed, but you must encourage yourself, because victimhood is still at the doorstep of a lot of people. People who died during NSAS protests, they would think that they were martyrs. They would think, say, the country go down good. So imagine giving up and failing on them. So I plead with anybody who is a Nigerian, it is worth our time. It is worth our effort and our energy. Let us pay attention to fixing government and leadership. That is the only way. It will be tough, but it is always impossible until it is done. The major thing you need to know is that we are being afraid of a people who are afraid of us. How many are the people holding Nigeria hostage? Calculate the entire political class as against how many million people. So we must make 2027 the people's opposition. It is people, evil leadership against a people who have endured bad governance for years. We must make it about ourselves.
Anybody that have come up of age that is above 18 years should brace up and fight this cankerworm that have befallen Nigeria in terms of leadership. What Peter said is nothing but the truth. This is a government that fought the administration on Goodluck Jonathan tooth and nail, telling Nigerians that they are squandering our children's future. Now it is Tinubu's turn. He is doing worse than what he said that President Goodluck Jonathan is doing. And all his cohort who came out then to protest, including a pastor, all their mouth now has been shut up. May God help us in this country. Nigerians, I know that we fought so hard during 2023 general election, but what we really want did not happen. But regardless, we shouldn't give up. If you're a Christian watching this video, you already know what happened when David came back from war. He had to find out that his house has been ransacked, that his enemy came to ransack his house, took his property. As if that is not enough, they also took along his wife and children. David cried. David was crying. He was so discouraged. But when he was doing that, God does not even pay attention, because God doesn't walk with you with emotion. He walks with you when you take courage. He walks with you when you take faith. He walks with you when you believe him. No matter what happened, no matter the failures you've had in the past, he wants you to stand by his word, which means that you can conquer any obstacle that came to your way, that comes your way. When David finished crying, the Bible made us to know that he encouraged himself in the Lord his God. And he now inquired from the Lord, Lord, should I pursue them? The Lord now responded to David, pursue, you will overtake and you will recover it all. And it happened that David overtake through. He recovered it all. He also carried the exploits that his enemy got from other places. That is what courage can do. It doesn't matter how much we failed trying to get our country on a right track. What matters is that even if it takes us months, years, that we must get it right, so that our future generation will not suffer what we are suffering. It is well with Nigerians. Governor, a president that came on board on inauguration, they remove fuel subsidy, the value our currency. Now he wants to buy people with tax, the people that you've not provided job for, the people that you've not given enabling environment, the people that you've refused to fight insecurity. Bandit will come on a national television and be granting interview. But somebody who was just agitating for the wrong being meted off on his people, you kept him under DSS custody for so long. This is a country we find ourselves into. If this a country should work the way the rules stated, we shouldn't be having this thing. But it's well with us. Guys, please, I will see you in my next video. Do like this video, comment and share, turn on the post notification, so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be the first to get notified. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and have dominion. Bye bye.